Hello everyone and welcome back to this career race. Here we are in Catalonia, lap 5, well just coming to the end of lap 5 out of 12 now, lap 6. And if you remember rightly, let's have a little bit of a recap as to what's gone down. I started the race on hard tyres. I'm looking to be the last one to pit. And then I can use and abuse my, well, hopefully I'll be for P1 and I can use and abuse the pace and win the race or become somewhere near the top, because I'll be able to get out of the traffic, put in some hot laps, pit, come back, bam, go, toast, win the race. So here we are, we're up behind Petrov, we're looking to overtake Petrov before he pits so that we can get a little bit more time. As you can see my tyres there, my right front tyre is doing alright, whereas the rest of them are going slightly yellow. Well, I'm sure they're in a lot better condition than Petrov's at this stage in the race, so I'm going to try and creep up the outside behind the back, but no, there's no room there, so there's no point doing that. I'm going to now attempt to go round the outside through this corner, but that's not worked either. And I'm going to try and get him now. No, he's pitted. They've all pitted. Right, here we go now. P6, P5, P4, P3, P2, P1. Here we go. He's in the lead. He's in the lead and he's got a few laps before he needs to pit. So here we go. We've got to set the lap times. Now we've got to set the lap times. Fastest lap of the race I've just done. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at green sectors all round. Look at that. We got clear air. I can brake as late as I want. Weather is in P2. And we're going to have to test the gap. Look at that. I'm taking pace. That's a personal best first sector. That's what we want. He's going on to mix 3 here. So he's sharper on the acceleration. Here we go. This is what it's all about. You can see all the bunch of cars now coming around the first corner as I come round towards the end of the second sector. Well, the middle of the second sector, and we're coming round here now, and we're going to see what my second sector time is now as I avoid the gravel just about. Every lap I've almost hit that gravel. Here we are, we're coming to the end. There, it's a personal best second sector as well. So it's a personal best first and second sector. Can we nail it in the third sector as well? If we can, we're going to be pulling out the time. As you can see, the rest of the field now going towards, just coming towards the end of the second sector. I'm coming towards the end of the third sector, so I'm a sector ahead as I'm getting corner cutting warnings. Missed the pit stop this time, of course, and my right rear is starting to go a bit orange now, and it's a personal best all round lap. That is fantastic news. So look, if you see there, top left, we've got gap. We've got gap down to Alonso. It's now gone, but it will appear in a second, so it's a personal best lap there. Fastest lap, a lot faster than previously. I'm pulling time. There we go. We got a 16-second difference, I think that is. I think that's 16. It's difficult to read. If it's not 16, I apologise, but we need to look at getting that up to 20 if we can, although I am being called into the pits this lap. Look at that. That's another personal best second sector. So we're going to, well, we need to decide whether to pit this lap or to pit next lap. And we also need to see. There we go, 17 seconds now. We're getting it up to 20. Gap of 17 seconds. Just avoiding the gravel again there. Here we come now. Coming towards the second sector. We're going to have to go on to mix 2. Take it off the mix 3 because obviously we're going to run out of fuel if we keep it on that all race long. So, coming around a middle corner in the third sector, and we're going to try and see what we can do. What the game wants me to finish P7, but with this tactics we should be looking higher than that, with the gap now up to 18 seconds, and he's pitting. I'm pitting. I'm gonna pit. And I hit the wall a bit, but I'm pitting and I'm safe. I'm in the box. Right, gear 1. Here we go. 61 miles an hour. Pit stopping. Can we come out ahead? They're going in through the final chicane now. Can I come out ahead of them? We're changing the tyres. Here we go. Right. In gear, go. Right. He's going to floor the throttle. He might be able to get out of in P1 or P2 here. He might be able to. He can release the throttle now. He's going to go ahead. The Ferrari's coming down behind me. There's the Ferrari. He's done it. He's got out ahead of the Ferrari in P1. Tactics has won me this race. And now I'm on fresher tyres than everyone else. So I need to use and abuse those fresh tyres and try and get to the end of the race. Now, just cruise it to the end of the race. P17 to P1. But I am actually going to have to downgrade. Yes, we got a red first sector, but that's because I came out of the pits. That's no surprise. But P1 from P17 is fantastic. I think, as I said in the first episode, I've got the difficulty too easy. It's probably a bit of an issue. I'll put it back up next race, and then hopefully I'll have the difficulty sorted for next race. But as it stands, we're looking at Wallace, Alonso, Webber. Obviously Alonso's got past Webber somewhere, as they are actually gaining on me. If you can see the map, they're a lot closer to me than they seemed to be when I exited the pits. So this could be, I wouldn't turn off yet. I don't think this is a cruise to victory. I think this might be, there might be a bit more action in this one before long. I don't think this is a guaranteed P1, I can tell you that. And we got button P4 as well. The gap is about 3 seconds, I think that is, or 1 second, something like that. As we have actually got a slightly damaged front wing, because on the way into the pits, I don't know if you saw the left side of our front wing there, just slightly broken. I think we just touched the wall as we were going into the pits, which is a bit of a problem. I probably could have gone in slower as we get a personal best first sector. Probably could have gone in a bit slower. It's got a lovely flow to it, hasn't it, this track? It's I think the final chicane ruins the flow a bit. I'm sure they added that in a few seasons ago because the last corner was too dangerous. But yeah, it's got a lovely ebb and flow to it, this race. That corner I just went past there, there's the further curb, which they added in this season to stop you cutting it. And I'm going to have to take to the escape route here, because I messed a mess of that, and I've spun off! He's spun off into the wall. I don't know how he's kept his thing on. He's going to try and get back. No, the Ferrari's smashed into him. There's massive carnage. Oh my god, there's tyres and wheels everywhere. One car's out. I think that's Button out of the race. Accident ahead. Surely that's going to be a safety car. Somehow I've retained the lead and done no further damage. That could have gone a lot worse for me. In real F1 I'd have got a penalty, as Vettel takes P2 from Alonso in that mess, and Massa is now P3. That has gone wrong somewhere. So that is a massive, massive disaster. What has gone on there? We've got now less of a gap between me and a green pace for the last sector. Green pace for, well, let's have a look at the race incidents. You see what's gone on here, right? Yeah, Button is down at the back, I think that was. And yeah, there's no race incidents, so that's obviously a failure of a race director session thingy. But nevertheless, it's okay. It's all okay. So here we are, lap 11 out of 13. I'm running P1 with a 2-second gap, and I'm catching back markers. And we are now just going to cut to the end, because that is the end of the action. P1 is where I finish at the end of the 13 laps. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please don't forget to follow me on Twitter, and join me next time for race 6 of my career. Goodbye.